Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. There is a very big split in Ruto's government. The split is pitting NIS against the elected leaders. According to some verified information, NIS report suggests that Ruto reaches out to Raila Odinga and to Azimio, something the elected leaders are against. And that's an issue, or rather that's a story that has also been captured by some print media, some local print media. During the meeting, Kenya's spy master Noordin Haji was accused of failing to provide timely intelligence to counter the mass protests. The leaders poured out their frustrations over a recent wave of demonstrations which called the police flat-footed. The leaders also observed that Kenyans are slowly supporting the cause, a development that was blamed on UDA leaders for aggravating the vacuum by failing to explain to the masses the steps taken by the government to address the cost of living. They lamented that Azimio la Umoja One Kenya has frequently caught the police off guard amid claims that the spy master is an opposition sympathizer. Sources in the meeting intimated the MPs alleged that Haji spent all his night time with former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila and faulted his alleged solution to taming the opposition leader. Some of the MPs and governors who spoke during the PG threatened to have the spy master removed from office for allegedly seeking a handshake between Raila and President William Ruto. He has been saying Raila needs to be calmed down through government favors. The NISDG must decide whether he is a public servant or in Azimio, said one of the lawmakers. Yes. So the split is between the elected leaders and NISDG Noordin Haji. NIS wants William Ruto to reach out to Raila Odinga. The elected leaders are against that. I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand the truth behind all this. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? There are some high-octane politics being played here. The first political game being played here, I'm seeing a William Samoei Ruto who wants to reach out to Raila Odinga, but he fears the elected leaders. So he's just trying to use the intelligence to convince the leaders that it's necessary he reaches out to Raila Odinga. That's the first political game I'm seeing being played here. It might be possible that William Ruto himself is the one pushing NIS to recommend Ruto's government working with Raila Odinga. He is not just brave enough to reach out to Raila Odinga. Maybe he fears some of these elected leaders. So he's using NIS Noordin Haji because Haji is a known William Ruto ally for so many years. And Haji obviously cannot recommend something he knows William Ruto is against. So Haji is just recommending what he knows will please William Samoei Ruto. And then secondly, it might be possible that Haji as the NIS spy master is doing his job. And in the course of doing his job, he has realized that the ground is hot. There is a lot of tension on the ground. If something is not done urgently, that tension can lead into a revolution, and that will impact very negatively on William Ruto's government. So it might be possible that Haji is just offering an opinion out of maybe the research they have conducted on the ground. Where Kenya is currently, William Ruto cannot rule without reaching out to the opposition, to Raila Odinga. So it might be possible that Haji is just reporting facts as they are on the ground. William Ruto cannot work without reaching out to Raila Odinga. If he goes without reaching out to Raila Odinga, he will face a serious revolution that will even kick him out of that office. Something also coming out very clearly, I'm seeing the total confusion in William Ruto's government. The government is just disjointed, disorganized. For Haji to recommend that Ruto should reach out to Raila Odinga, I'm seeing that as a way Haji is trying to tell William Ruto that all these other leaders supporting him have got no value to add him. They are just noisemakers. If you listen to Moses Kuria, if you listen to Kimani Chungwa, Rigathi Gachagua, these are just hecklers. So I'm seeing a Noordin Haji who is just trying to tell William Ruto that these hecklers, these noisemakers, will land him in problems. And I'm saying that because if you look on how Rigathi talks, Kimani Chungwa talks, they can lead somebody astray. Moses Kure is talking of assassination. Some leaders are talking divisions. They don't want the country to come together. In fact, Moses Kuria, in a tweet yesterday evening, claimed that the handshake will actually throw them out of the government. So you are seeing clearly that these elected leaders, they fear that in the event of a truce between Raila and Ruto, then their jobs will end. And you know they are benefiting as a result of the tension currently in the country. The person to lose if things actually degenerates, rather gets worse, the person to lose is William Samoei Ruto. And also you are seeing that yesterday, United Nations on Human Rights issued a very strong warning to William Ruto's government. And for those who listen to Kithure Kindiki speaking today, it's as if now the government is softening its stance. Just about 2 days, they were they were saying that there will never be mandamano or mass action in Kenya. I listened to Kithure Kindiki speaking today. He seems to be softening his stand. Though that's going to be in our next analysis, we are going to dig deep into that. So you are seeing that this is a government that is clearly panicking, and the UN warning has also caused them some serious panic. So Ruto is actually in problems. The center can no longer hold. As I conclude, it might be possible that Raila Odinga and his team have seriously penetrated this government, and they're getting real-time information. And that's why from even that extract, you are seeing the members of parliament blaming Haji that is left on the job. The truth of the matter, Raila and his team might be having very many spies in William Ruto's government. And it's also interesting that the same members of parliament who vetted and approved Haji are now threatening to remove him from office. a totally confused government, a legislature that is not doing its job properly. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. In case you want to support us here, I've pinned my number below. Contact me through that number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.